Not too long ago I released a video on my time at IGN Live where I talked a bit about some of the games on display that I thought were the most enjoyable. One of these games was the upcoming roguelike FPS game Wild Bastards, and now that I got some extra time playing the demo of the game, I feel like I can give a better opinion on if you should be keeping an eye out for it when it releases on September 12th. So stick around to see if this Wild West adventure is a rootin' tootin' shootin' bootin' good time.
Let's get to work.
I let the Lord know they was coming.
Developed by Blue Manchu, who also developed the similar game Void Bastards, and published by Maximum Games, Wild Bastards is a roguelike strategy first-person shooter that has you navigating a tactical campaign that utilizes maps within maps, managing your crew's equipment, and even their relations with one another. Each member of your crew also has their own unique weapons and skills that you must take to full advantage in order to survive the various encounters that you will go through during your quest to lead the most notorious outlaws in the galaxy. There is no doubt that the first thing you will notice about Wild Bastards is its art. The clean combination of bright colors really makes the world pop and stand out. I've made this comparison before in previous videos, but this art really reminds me of the work that Nick Dragotta did in the comic series East of West. I recall my time at IGN Live thinking that the game had a framework to be something really special, however in the 10 minutes or so I played, I kept thinking that the actual gameplay was a little lacking. Getting into fights on the battleground with only 2 to 3 enemies just kinda felt boring, and I imagined that there should have been more, but luckily the demo really ended up delivering. In this roguelike adventure, you will navigate the overworld map that will give you glimpses of what rewards you could potentially gain by exploring the planet below. Upon descending onto the planet, hopefully successfully, you will be given another map to traverse with all sorts of nodes to explore, with the aim to loot and shoot everything before being chased down and make it to the teleporter that sends you back to your ship where you can set course for the next big score. Along the way, you'll need to keep an eye out for various upgrades and even the souls of potential crew members that can be brought up to the ship in order to give you the ability to use them in battle. While that may or may not sound enticing to everyone, what I really think helps the game shine is all the extra intricacies of these ideas. I mentioned an idea of should you hopefully make it to the planet safely, because the first mission has one of your crew members crash land elsewhere and you have to go collect them before being able to use them in battle. Throughout the rest of the time playing, I never experienced this again, but there is a status every time you are deploying, and I feel like there is a chance, however small that may be, to have that happen again, which I think is a neat way to keep you on your toes. At the end of every overworld exploration, you get to keep all your crew members still alive and any upgrades that you've used to level them up, but everything else is destroyed before you make your jump. That means that your money and your weapons and equipment upgrades all reset, so you won't ever have that unstoppable one-man army that would inevitably happen without this check in place. Instead, at the end of each world, you're granted with infamy based on missions completed and how many enemies you vanquished, which is used in turn at a depot that gives you access to a chest of new equipment to add to your repertoire so that you don't really feel like it was all for nothing. Each character plays differently, and they can be paired in numerous ways on planets. When you're in an encounter, you can swap between the characters seamlessly, or if you're brave enough, you can split all your characters up to be able to cover more of the map faster, but at the risk of not having enough firepower to defeat an encounter. This type of management style was really interesting to see the potential of. I did end up choosing to have 3 separate parties, and I fortunately never saw the downside of it, but as I got through more and more encounters, I could see the benefits of sticking together when multitudes of varying enemies were ready to fill you full of lead, or in some cases poison. Each character also has their own personality that is complemented with some pretty good voice acting.
When I string you two up, Daddy's gonna say, Jackpot Joe and Bug Lady? You done killed the last of them thieving wild bastards? You done good, McNeil. Real good.
These personalities can tend to rub each other in the wrong way though, and you have to manage their feuds, otherwise there's going to be consequences, like having 2 members who will not deploy at the same planet at the same time. The demo only scratched the surface of this mechanic, but it really gives some interesting depth, and I feel like it's something that's going to come up with how you pair these team members and what consequences will occur if you lose one team member and the other leaves them for dead. Overall, Wild Bastards ropes you in with its unique and beautiful art style and does a good job to make you want to keep pushing forward to see what all there is to uncover. It has been a while since I've seen a game with such minor nuances that looks to make such big impacts on the narrative, and I'm eager to see what will happen with the full release. I do find myself questioning the longevity of what has been on display, but what was shown on the demo should easily keep you busy for enough runs to get your money's worth. If you're still not too sure about this, then head over to Dory and the Explorians video where they have an overview of the game and you can see a bit more of what it's going to be like when it releases. Also, while you're there, be sure to give them some congratulations as they've recently crossed the 1,000 subscriber count. But either way, that'll be it for this video. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and as always, be kind to one another.
Reckon we'll do alright though. After all, we's the wild bastards.
Shoutouts go to my patron supporters Relativity, Naughty Dog is King, Chaos, and Kimchi, alongside all those sub to the channel. Leave a like or comment if you want, and consider subbing if you aren't to help me keep growing the channel, but either way, I will see you soon.